Section 1-04.6, Gary Eason in Estimated Quantities. Payment to the contractor will be made only for the actual quantities of work performed and accepted in conformance with the contract. When the accepted quantity of work performed under a unit item varies from the original proposal quantity, payment will be at the unit contract price for all work unless the total accepted quantity of the contract item adjusted to exclude added or deleted amounts included in change orders accepted by both parties increases or decreases by more than 25% from the original proposal quantity. In that case, payment for contract work may be adjusted as described here. The adjusted final quantity should be determined by starting with the final accepted quantity, measured after all work under an item has been completed. From this amount, subtract any quantities included in additive change orders accepted by both parties. Then, to the resulting amount, any quantities included in deductive change orders accepted by both parties. The final result of this calculation should become the adjusted final quantity and the basis for comparison to the original proposal quantity. One increased quantities, either party to the contract will be entitled to renegotiate the price for the portion of the adjusted final quantity in excess of 1.25 times the original proposal quantity. The price for excessive increased quantities will be determined by agreement of the parties, or where the parties cannot agree, the price will be determined by the engineer based upon the actual cost to perform the work, including reasonable markup for overhead and profit. To decrease quantities, either party to the contract will be entitled to an equitable adjustment if the adjusted final quantity of work is less than 75% of the original bid quantity. The equitable adjustment should be based upon and limited to 3 factors: any increase or decrease in unit cost of labor, materials or equipment utilized for work actually performed, resulting solely from the reduction in quantity. Be changes in production rates or methods of performing work actually done, to the extent that the nature of the work actually performed differs from the nature of the work included in the original plan. See an adjustment for the anticipated contribution to unavoidable fixed cost and overhead from the units representing the difference between the adjusted final quantity and 75% of the original planned quantity. The following limitations shall apply to renegotiated prices for increases and or equitable adjustments for decreases. 1. The equipment rate shall be actual cost, but shall not exceed the rate set forth in the AGC that is in effect at the time the work is performed. 2. No payment will be made for extended or unabsorbed home office overhead and field overhead expenses to the extent that there is an unbalanced allocation of such expenses among the contract bid items. 3. No payment for consequential damages or loss of anticipated profits will be allowed because of any variance in quantities from those originally shown in the proposal form, contract provisions, and contract plans. 4. The total payment for any item that experiences an equitable adjustment for decreased quantity shall not exceed 75% of the amount originally bid for the item. If the adjusted final quantity of any item does not vary from the quantities shown in the proposal by more than 25%, then the contractor and the contracting agency agreed that all work under that item will be performed at the original contract unit price. When ordered by the engineer, the contractor shall proceed with the work ban